Hello, welcome to Linear AutoCAD tutorial. Don't forget to like this video and share, and also subscribe to our channel for more design videos. In this video, we're going to be understanding how to use the object snap. The object snap icon, you go to your status bar, and you can see the option, the square with a tiny square just above it. You can click on that, and once it's blue, it's active. Another way to ensure that we on our object snap is to use a shortcut, which is F3. If you notice where the object snap is currently, when I press the F key 3, you can see that it deactivates. To activate it, I press my F3 key again, and it activates. So I try to draw a line, and I pick the line command, and I bring my cross to the line, this line. I want to ensure that the new line I'm drawing is a continuation of this current line. So I click here, and I drag down, I click here, and I drag, and I click here. And I say, okay, enter. Let me zoom into this location and see what I have there. So I'll select the zoom window option, pick this window, and zoom in. And as you can notice, there is a gap. How do we ensure that this gap disappears? That's what the snapping does, the object snap option. Now let's use the object snap option and see what happens. Click on this drop down and pick at least one object snap to ensure that it can activate. So if I pick endpoint and I close that, and I come to my drawing and I try to draw a line again. An endpoint is the last point of a line. So I bring my cross here, and as you can notice, there is a square indicating that that is the endpoint. So I can click here and drag down, click here and drag, and click here again. You can see it's always indicating the endpoint. Then I enter. Now let's zoom in and see the effect. Zoom window again. I specify this window. When I zoom in, you notice that there is no gap between these two lines. Now that's the effect of the object snap. Now let's click on the drop down again. There you have your object snap, and pick, these are the options of the snaps. You can pick whatever you want AutoCAD to snap. So let's check what midpoint is. So midpoint is the center of your object. So if I try to draw a line now, this is the endpoint, then our midpoint is right here. You can see the triangular shape. So I can pick from this midpoint to this midpoint. More options in the snapping window. Let's try the center. For the center, it gives you the center of a circle. So if I want to draw a line now, and I toggle around the circumference of the circle, you notice a cross at the center, which indicates the actual center of this circle. So I can draw a line from there or anything, and click here and enter. That's what the center does. Click on the drop down, and we have the geometric center. The geometric center permits you to find the center of any geometric shape. So geometric shapes could be triangles, square, rectangles, polygons, and so on. So I try to draw a line now, and I toggle around the edges of this. Remember that this is the midpoint, then this is the center. So I can draw a line from here up to this point. So I go back to the drop down again. Next option is node. Now the node point is the center of a point. Currently in our space, we have this as a point. So how do you create a point? You just type point on your keyboard. Point on your keyboard. And if your point is just a single dot, you can do is type on your keyboard p-type, and the options for point types will pop up. You select it, and you can now pick the type of point you want. You can pick any point from here and say okay. Then for the node, let's activate the node option. Pick the node, and we can easily draw, let's say, a circle from the center point of this point. Just move it here. You can see that that's the center point. Then I pick it at the center of the circle, and I draw my circle. That's what node does. So let's click on the drop down and see more options. We have the quadrants. The quadrants just give quadrants for a shape. You have first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. Every 90-degree increment. Let's check. Let's try to draw a line. And we'll come to this circle and we toggle around this. You can notice that the quadrant points already indicated. That's this green part. So I click here as one quadrant. When I move up, let me deactivate my snapping. I click here again. This is another quadrant. I bring it here, another quadrant. I take it to this point, another quadrant, and I bring it back, another quadrant. So as you can see, this is actually a perfect square that we've done. Now, moving forward, let's click on the drop down again. We have the intersection points. That's where two lines meet. So where two lines meet, for instance, this could be an intersection point, but since the midpoint will also be detected. So let's try to move this line a bit. Let's move that towards our left. Let's ensure that this is on so that it's still on the same spot. So let's move it a bit.